Imagine a city sitting on the edge of the Sahara Desert, a city surrounded by sand, far from oceans, far from Europe, far from the world's great capitals. Yet, centuries ago, people from across Africa, the Middle East, and even Europe had heard its name. That city was Timbuktu, and for hundreds of years, it became one of the most famous places on earth. But how? Timbuktu did not begin as a mighty city. According to tradition, it started as a seasonal camp used by Tuareg traders. The location was practical. There was water. There was access to trade routes. And there was a strategic position between the Sahara and the fertile lands farther south. What began as a resting point would soon become something much greater. Timbuktu occupied one of the most valuable locations in Africa. To the north lay the Sahara Desert. To the south flowed the Niger River. This made the city a natural meeting point between two worlds. Goods from the desert arrived here. Goods from the forest and savanna arrived here. Trade converged here. By the 13th and 14th centuries, West African gold was attracting merchants from across the world. Gold from the south traveled through Timbuktu. From there it moved north across the Sahara. Every caravan brought wealth, and Timbuktu sat at the center of it all. Gold was not the only thing being traded. Salt arrived from the Sahara. Ivory arrived from the forest. Textile arrived from North Africa. Spices arrived from distant lands. Timbuktu became one of Africa's busiest marketplaces. As the Mali Empire grew richer, Timbuktu benefited. The empire protected trade routes, maintained security, encouraged commerce. Merchants felt safe doing business, and prosperity followed. Then came the ruler who would change Timbuktu forever, Mansa Musa, the wealthiest ruler of Mali, and possibly the richest man in history. His investments would transform Timbuktu from a trading city into something far greater. Mansa Musa invested in schools, mosques, and public buildings. He invited scholars, architects, teachers, and religious leaders. Timbuktu began attracting some of the brightest minds of the age. Long before many famous European universities gained prominence, Timbuktu had developed institutions of higher learning. Students traveled hundreds of miles to study here. Subjects included mathematics, astronomy, law, medicine, history, and theology. In Timbuktu, books became symbols of status. A wealthy family might own hundreds of manuscripts. Scholars copied books by hand. Libraries expanded. Knowledge became one of the city's most valuable resources. Thousands of students studied in Timbuktu. Scholars exchanged ideas, conducted research, and preserved knowledge from across the Islamic world and Africa. The city became famous not only for trade, but for education. Merchants and travelers carried stories of Timbuktu wherever they went. They spoke of wealth, learning, beautiful mosque, and bustling market. The city's reputation spread far beyond Africa. In Europe, stories about Timbuktu became legendary. Many believed it was a city paved with gold, a place of unimaginable riches. The reality was different, but the myth made Timbuktu famous. By the 15th and 16th centuries, Timbuktu had reached its peak. Trade flourished, learning flourished, culture flourished. The city stood among the greatest urban centers in Africa. Under the Songhai Empire, Timbuktu continued to prosper. Its influence expanded. Its scholars became respected throughout the Islamic world. The city remained a center of learning and commerce. But prosperity rarely lasts forever. Political instability began to grow. Trade routes started changing, and powerful rivals set their sights on the city. In 1591, Moroccan forces invaded Songhai territory. Timbuktu fell under foreign control. Many scholars fled. The city began a slow decline. Over time, new trade routes emerged. Ocean trade replaced many desert caravans. Timbuktu lost much of its former importance. The city that once fascinated the world slowly faded from global attention. Yet one treasure remained: its manuscripts. Hundreds of thousands of handwritten documents survived, preserving centuries of African scholarship and history. This manuscript continued to challenge the myth that Africa had no intellectual tradition before colonialism. Today, Timbuktu remains a symbol of learning, a symbol of trade, a symbol of African achievement. Its story reminds us that Africa's history is not only a story of resources and empires. It is also a story of ideas. And sometimes, ideas can be more valuable than gold. Thank you for watching How Africa Got Rich. In our next episode, we'll explore how colonialism changed Africa's economy and why the effect can still be felt today.